The design thinking trap, how we engineered a fragile world. I've noticed something alarming about my own brain lately. I am losing my ability to wait. If a web page takes 3 seconds to load, I feel this micro flash of genuine irritation. If an automatic door pauses for a split second, my whole body tenses up. In my creative work, we call the culprit design thinking a brilliant, human-centered methodology meant to map our deepest frustrations and solve them by eliminating friction. But as I watched myself glide through this hyper-optimized existence, I realized something terrifying in engineering away every everyday obstacle. We are accidentally engineering away our biological resilience. By removing all resistance, we didn't become happier, we just became fragile. Welcome back to Orbital Sapiens. Today, let's unpack the trap. The supermarket door and the phantom touch. We begin with an artifact so common it has become invisible, the automatic sliding door. Invented in 1954 by D. Horton and Lou Hewitt, it was designed to solve a simple physical friction carrying groceries while lacking a third hand to turn a knob. Today, if an automatic door pauses for even a single second before sliding open, we experience a micro flash of frustration. We break our stride, our bodies tense. This is the baseline of modern existence. We have been conditioned to expect reality to yield to our forward momentum without a single newton of resistance. But in removing the physical push, we also remove the subtle psychological anchor. When every door opens before we even reach it, the boundary between the self and the world begins to blur. We enter a state of passive drift where our agency is no longer required to cross thresholds. The 100 millisecond rule of human impatience. In the early days of the internet, computer scientists established what is known as the 3-second rule for website loading times. Today, data from Google shows that if a mobile page takes longer than 3 seconds to load, over 53% of users abandon it. Amazon famously calculated that a mere 100 millisecond delay in page load time cost them 1% in sales revenue, amounting to billions of dollars. Silicon Valley treats milliseconds like structural cracks in a dam. They must be sealed instantly. This metric is the driving force behind frictionless design. When algorithms can predict your next keystroke, your next purchase, and your next mood, it is because human impatience has been weaponized as a profit model. We are no longer consumers choosing products. We are kinetic objects being slid down an oil-slicked chute of optimized consumption. The autoplay trap and the loss of the intermission. Consider the ending of a classic film. The screen fades to black, the credits roll, and a haunting orchestral theme plays. Historically, this was the intermission of the mind, a liminal space designed for the viewer to sit in silence, digest the emotional weight of the story, and return to reality. Enter the Netflix autoplay feature, patented to eliminate the friction of deciding what to do next. Within 5 seconds, a countdown box shrinks the credits, mutes the music, and forces the next episode into your retinas. Behavior data shows this single design choice increased total platform viewing hours by double-digit percentages globally. By eliminating the friction of the pause, design has stripped us of our digestive tract for experience. We don't remember what we watched because we are never given the silence required to convert short-term stimulation into long-term memory. The infinite scroll and the mirage of the horizon. In 2006, a designer named Ozza Raskin invented the infinite scroll. Before this, the internet had pages. You reached the bottom of page 1, you saw numbers, and you had to consciously click next. That click was a boundary, a moment of friction that asked, do you wish to continue? The infinite scroll removed the bottom of the page entirely, turning the web into a bottomless well. Raskin later publicly expressed regret for his invention, calculating that the infinite scroll wastes centuries of human time every day by trapping minds in a loop of endless anticipation. Evolutionarily, human beings are wired to seek completion when look for the end of the path, the clearing in the forest. When design removes the horizon, our brains never receive the neurological signal that we are done. We keep scrolling not because we are interested, but because we are looking for a floor that doesn't exist. The Uber map and the erasure of geography. When you order a rideshare, you are presented with a minimalist digital map showing a tiny car icon crawling toward a glowing pin. This interface is a masterpiece of cognitive friction reduction. It replaces the anxiety of the unknown with absolute certainty. However, geographic studies show that heavy reliance on turn-by-turn GPS navigation actively shrinks the human hippocampus, the region of the brain responsible for spatial memory and mapping. When the app handles the geometry of the city for us, our mental maps of our own neighborhoods decay into a fog. The real world becomes a series of disconnected points of arrival, while the space between them is completely erased. In making travel frictionless, we have turned the physical world into an abstract loading screen that we must endure until we reach our destination. The predictive text and the flattening of language. Watch your thumb as you type a text message. Before you can even finish spelling the word beautiful, 3 boxes pop up above your keyboard guessing your intent. If you tap them, you save 2 seconds. But observe what happens over a month of typing. You begin to accept the machine's vocabulary. Language is inherently high friction. Finding the precise word to articulate a complex inner state requires cognitive labor, hesitation, and false starts. By smoothing out the typing process, predictive algorithms guide humanity toward the lowest common denominator of expression. We all begin to sound like the same corporate email template or generalized social media comment. Frictionless communication doesn't just make typing faster. It flattens the irregular, jagged edges of human thought into predictable, uniform data packets. The desensitized synapse, our hijacked reward system. To understand why the absence of friction leaves us feeling strangely empty, we have to look inside the brain's reward center. The mesolimbic dopamine pathway is deeply misunderstood. It does not process pleasure itself, but rather the anticipation of pleasure and the motivation to achieve it. When design eliminates every obstacle between a desire and its fulfillment, whether it's ordering food in one tap or finding a date with a single swipe, it short-circuits this neural journey. In a natural environment, dopamine spikes during the struggle, the hunt, and the waiting period. When gratification is instantaneous, the dopamine signal blunts. We become biologically desensitized. By designing a world with zero resistance, we inadvertently create a state of anhedonia, the inability to feel pleasure from the very things we fought so hard to make effortless. The memory of the rotary phone. Think back to, or look at a video of, an old rotary telephone. To dial a 0, you had to insert your finger, pull the heavy wheel clockwise all the way to the metal stop, release it, and wait several seconds for it to warp back to its starting position. You had to do this 10 times for a single phone call. If you misdialed on the 8th digit, you had to start completely over. That mechanical resistance forced intentionality. You did not call people on a whim. You called because you truly meant to speak with them. Today, pocket dials and accidental FaceTime calls are a daily occurrence because the threshold of activation is near zero. When communication requires no effort, the worth of the connection shifts. We exchange 10,000 frictionless emojis a year, yet feel more isolated than ancestors who wrote single, high-friction letters by candlelight. The death of the serendipitous detour. The modern algorithm is designed to give you exactly what you want, based on what you wanted 5 minutes ago. If you buy a book on gardening, your entire feed becomes a greenhouse. This is called collaborative filtering, and its goal is to reduce the friction of relevance. But consider the old architecture of a brick-and-mortar bookstore. You went in looking for a biology textbook. But on the way to that aisle, your eye caught a book on medieval architecture sticking out from a lower shelf. You picked it up, read a page, and your life took a new intellectual direction. That is serendipity, and it requires a messy, inefficient physical space to exist. Frictionless design creates a hyper-efficient echo chamber of the self. By protecting us from the irrelevant, it seals us inside a simulation of our past preferences, killing the random detours that allowed human beings to evolve. The thermostat dilemma and thermal boredom. In the early 20th century, heating a home was an active, high-friction ritual. It involved chopping wood, shoveling coal, managing drafts, and enduring cold mornings until the fire caught. Today, smart thermostats like Nest use AI to learn your daily routine, stabilizing your home's temperature at a permanent, unchanging 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Physiologists call this environment thermal monotony. Human biology evolved over millions of years to thrive on temperature fluctuations. Our metabolism, immune systems, and vascular health are optimized by responding to the friction of heat and cold. When we design a permanent internal climate of absolute comfort, our biological resilience atrophies. We become fragile organisms, incapable of handling the slightest environmental variance. Because our homeostatic muscles have been put to sleep by design. The curse of the frictionless apology. In the past, apologizing to someone you wronged required significant emotional friction. You had to wait for the right moment, look them in the eye, manage the trembling in your voice, and sit through the uncomfortable silence of their response. Today, we send a quick text message, "Hey, sorry about that." We might even use an AI writing assistant to draft a perfectly polished, non-defensive paragraph. This is frictionless conflict resolution. But emotional friction is not a design flaw. It is the exact mechanism that generates genuine remorse and repairs trust. When the delivery of an apology costs us nothing in terms of vulnerability or social discomfort, it carries no moral weight. It becomes a transactional transaction rather than a transformative human interaction, leaving the relationship fundamentally unhealed beneath the smooth digital surface. The aerodynamics of the mind, flow versus resistance. In psychology, the concept of flow, popularized by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, is often cited by tech companies as the ultimate user experience goal. They want you to flow through their apps without hitting a single speed bump. But Csikszentmihalyi's actual research reveals a critical nuance. True flow state only occurs when a person encounters a challenge that matches or slightly exceeds their skill level. Flow requires resistance. It is the feeling of a kayak cutting against the white water, not a boat drifting down a stagnant canal. Frictionless design confuses flow with stagnation. It eliminates the challenge entirely, converting active engagement into passive compliance. When our minds meet no resistance from our tools, We don't enter a flow state, we enter a trance. The one-click purchase and the phantom object. Amazon's patent for the one-click ordering button expired in 2017, but it reshaped the global economy forever. By saving your shipping and credit card info, the button removed the pain of paying. A psychological phenomenon where typing in credit card numbers forces the brain to evaluate the trade-off of money for an item. When buying is reduced to a single muscle twitch of the index finger, the connection between labor and possession breaks. Packages arrive at our doorsteps like magic tricks, and the items inside are discarded just as easily. We don't care for our objects anymore because we never had to sacrifice for them. The frictionless economy turns our homes into temporary transit stations for goods on their way to a landfill, leaving us surrounded by things we bought but never truly chose. The gym as a self-inflicted wound. Why do modern humans pay money to walk on a motorized rubber conveyor belt that goes nowhere? Or lift heavy pieces of iron only to put them back down in the exact same spot? Because we have successfully designed physical labor out of our daily survival. We no longer walk to get water, farm for food, or carry materials across distances. The modern gym is a fascinating cultural confession. It is a desperate, artificial reintroduction of friction into a world that has become dangerously soft. Our bodies crave resistance so deeply that when the environment stops providing it, we must build specialized temples of suffering just to keep our musculature from collapsing. The gym proves that absolute comfort is a biological hazard. It is a warning sign of what happens when design succeeds too well. The Tinder algorithm and the risk-free stranger. Dating, in its classical form, is an agonizingly high-friction endeavor. It involves walking up to a stranger, risking immediate public rejection, reading subtle body language, and tolerating the awkwardness of a first conversation. Dating apps bypass this by turning human compatibility into a frictionless, binary matching game. You can only speak to someone if both parties have already pre-approved each other's photographs. This eliminates the friction of immediate rejection. But it also eliminates the profound growth that comes from navigating romantic vulnerability. When people become a frictionless resource abundant, swipeable, and easily replaced, our commitment levels plummet. We treat relationships like browser tabs. The moment a conversation hits a minor patch of friction, we close it and open another, forgetting that deep intimacy can only be forged in the fire of shared difficulty. The AI Ghostwriter and the death of the first draft. We are currently living through the democratization of generative AI, where tools like ChatGPT can write essays, cover letters, and poems in a split second based on a single line prompt. The friction of the blank page, the terrifying, beautiful silence where an author must struggle with their own messy thoughts to construct a coherent sentence has been engineered away. But writing is not merely a production process. Writing is the very mechanism through which human beings learn how to think. When you give the friction of drafting over to a machine, you are not saving time, you are outsourcing your cognitive development. A frictionless essay is a thought that was never actually thought by anyone. If we stop enduring the labor of articulation, we will soon find ourselves with nothing original left to say. The Japan Rail Paradox, the beauty of the chime. Let us look to Tokyo for an elegant counterexample. The Japanese railway system is the most efficient and optimized mass transit network in the world. Yet, instead of making the boarding process completely silent and frictionless, Each train station features its own unique, beautiful 7-second melody called a hasho melody. When a train is about to depart, these chimes ring out. It is a deliberate piece of auditory friction designed to break commuter autopilot. It signals an ending and a beginning, gently forcing hurried citizens to pause. Step back from the yellow line and acknowledge the physical transition taking place. It is a masterful blending of hyper-efficiency with intentional, humanizing punctuation. It proves that design can be smooth without being soul-destroying. The rise of intentional friction in modern tech. A quiet revolution is brewing among a new school of product designers who realize that too much ease is killing our humanity. We are beginning to see the introduction of intentional friction. For example, banking apps are introducing cooling-off delays for large transfers to prevent impulsive, emotion-driven fraud. Social media platforms now prompt users with a question. Did you read this article before sharing it? Introducing a speed bump to slow the viral spread of misinformation. These are not design failures, they are ethical design interventions. They treat the user not as a hyper-efficient data processor, but as a complex biological creature who needs boundaries, pauses, and friction to act with wisdom and sanity. The Kintsugi mindset, loving the rough edges. The Japanese art of kintsugi involves repairing broken pottery with a lacquer dusted with powdered gold. Instead of hiding the fractures to make the vessel look seamlessly smooth and brand new, Kintsugi highlights the cracks, celebrating them as an essential part of the object's history and character. We must apply a Kintsugi mindset to the future of technology and life design. The parts of our lives that contain friction, the difficult conversations, the long walks without a phone, the slow cooking of a meal from scratch. The manual labor of creation are not system bugs to be patched by an update. They are the gold-dusted seams that hold our psychological integrity together. A life without cracks is not a perfect life, it is a sterile, frictionless surface where nothing meaningful can take root. Reclaiming the Threshold, a manifesto for the modern sapiens. As Orbital Sapiens navigating this systemic shift, our task is not to reject technology or retreat to caves, but to become highly conscious curators of our own resistance. The next time an app offers to automate a choice for you, ask yourself, is this saving me time for something deeper, or is it stealing the very experience of being alive? We must learn to manually reintroduce friction into our daily routines. Walk without a map. Sit through the movie credits in absolute silence. Write a letter by hand. Let your mind wander in a long queue without reaching for your pocket. We must defend our thresholds, protect our pauses, and remember that our humanity is not defined by how quickly we can glide through the world, but by our capacity to meet resistance, feel its weight, and be beautifully transformed by the encounter. This is the Sapiens Way. Sheer humanity reflects on the worlds it creates and the beings it is becoming. The conversation doesn't end here. Visit the quiz tab and share your score in the comments. Thanks for your time, it's been a delight. What should we explore next? Comment, share, and save your insight. Subscribe to Orbital Sapiens and keep your thoughts bright.